Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. How to stop absorbing other people's energy, part 2. We're here in California, just come back from the beach, feeling super charged up. Can I get a hello there? Part 1. Lots of people were typing in the comment section, lots of discussions going on, lots of questions being raised. And all the how-to videos on the Infinite Waters channel are part of a 3-part series. So grab a chair, we're about to dive deep. A quick recap. In part 1, we talked off the intuitive empath. This is someone, maybe you, who picks up other people's energy very easily. You walk into a room and you can feel the energy of the room. And there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. Empathy is where you feel into other people's emotions. Sympathy is where you just have compassion. But having a lot of empathy means that you start embodying other people's feelings, what they're going through. And the tools we talked about, very powerful. You can't please everyone. Don't bother with it. Don't pay attention. The invitation. Breathe. Take 100% responsibility for your internal condition. Now, what's helped me recently along my journey in becoming my greatest version is coming across these new tools I'm about to share with you. Walking around downtown LA, lots of different energy. Our whole planet Earth is comprised of an infinite reservoir of energy, as is the human body. So when we talk of absorbing other people's energy, it's inevitable. We're going to bump into someone who may push our buttons. So the first new powerful tool is getting to know your unresolved issues. I'm not focusing on what other people are doing now. I'm focusing on things that we have to repair within ourselves that other people are highlighting in certain situations and circumstances we face in life. So, what happens when you get into a conversation with someone and you feel offended? They've hit a nerve which now makes you want to lash out at them. What have they done? They have acted as a catalyst, a trigger to awaken the sleeping giant. But it could have been any other person in any other location. But we find that it's not so much the other person as it is our unresolved issues. So what's helped me to stop absorbing other people's energy is to start taking a serious look, reality check time. My unresolved issues need solving. They need attending to. And a lot of us, we're living from the outside in. So other people are our problems. When I started to live from the inside out, that's when I gained more clarity, and it helped me to become my greatest version. Now, many times when we talk of unresolved issues, it's hard because many of us don't want to take responsibility. I remember being in the lecture room as a young student, hearing the lecturer talk about Fritz Perls, who was an advocate of taking 100% responsibility. I thought, gosh, that's harsh. But now I know the significance for it. Because everybody will be your problem until you start taking a look within yourself and start repairing your unresolved issues and start healing wounds to become complete, to become whole, to start reintegrating the fragmented parts of yourself to become your greatest version. The second new powerful tool that has helped me is to express yourself 100% without guilt. That is how I stop absorbing other people's energy. What happens when someone is just talking to you, chatting away for hours, and you want to say something, but you don't want to be rude? So you're silent. You become a sponge person. So you are absorbing all of their energy. And they may like you, but how do you feel about yourself? Because once again, you are neglecting your true authenticity. So now we don't feel good about ourselves. But once we can really express ourselves 100%, if you want to say yes, say yes. If you want to say no, say no. But once you can remove guilt from the equation, I've seen you develop a greater transparency, which can allow you to become your greatest version. Many times, the reason why so many of us don't express how we really feel is because we have been told that our true feelings don't matter. They are invalid. So growing up, once again, we worked on the reward and punishment principle. If you did things right, or more so, if you did what your parents wanted, you would be rewarded. Even if you didn't really feel deep down, this is what you wanted to do. Because many of us, the moment we started to express how we really felt, what happened? Be quiet. Go and sit over there. So we have a lot of repressed emotions. Suppression is depression. And the more you can express yourself 100%, you start to reduce anxiety. More so, you start to reduce depression, and you start to feel amazing. I've experienced it on my journey, and I haven't looked back since. The third amazing new tool that has served me along my journey recently is to realize that I have no control over how other people respond to me, how they act to me, and how they feel towards me. And it ties back into part one that you can't please everyone. More so, let's take a scenario. You are talking with someone and you interpret that conversation, your interpretation of the conversation is that they are being rude to you, disrespectful. So you start absorbing their energy. You say it's negative. But what happens when you have an entirely different perspective and you say to yourself, wait a minute, I have no power over what they are saying. That is them. It is not me. Now we start changing our perception. We free ourselves from the burden of carrying someone else's behavior on our shoulders. So therefore, we don't absorb other people's energy. That's helped me tremendously along my journey. It's nothing personal. That's what I'm beginning to see more and more. So many of us, we've got problems, and it goes back to the first tool, unresolved issues. Hey, I am not your problem. I can't help you. I'm sorry. And now we free ourselves. We start developing more serenity within ourselves. It does wonders. The fourth powerful tool is what I call finding your environment. Listen to what I'm saying here. I'm not just talking about the outer environment. I'm talking about the inner environment, because it's never where you're at. It's where you're at. I have been traveling my whole life. I've been to so many different countries, seen amazing sunsets. I've also been in the freezing cold snow, but I've still been able to do the water dance. Oh, do the water dance, do the water dance. Why? Because it's never where you're at, it's where you're at. And this has helped me to stop absorbing other people's energy. When we talk of the environment, why is this important? I recommend you check out Dr. Bruce Lipton's work. He's been here diving deep with us, and he talks of epigenetics, how our environment alters our DNA. But more so, it is our perception that alters our DNA. How we see ourselves governs what we become. Now, being here in California, I am making it a habit, neuroplasticity, hey, to embrace nature every single day. I love it. And that's why I've made hundreds of videos in nature when I was back in the UK. Beautiful green trees, a perfect background. I love it. The environment alters our mood. I feel my spirit rise higher when I can breathe in that amazing chi. So you just got out of work, you're tired. What do? You go home. You turn on the TV and you put your food in the microwave and you play some music which is a vibrational match to how you are feeling, and guess what? You start absorbing all of that energy. But I've seen, once you start taking 100% responsibility for where you place yourself, more so when you place yourself in an environment which complements your own energy, now the magic really happens. Because just today, I was barefoot on the sand on Venice Beach, and it felt amazing. I felt so free. And it allowed me to stop absorbing other people's energy. And the people I came across today had wonderful energy. So I didn't even want to release it. But many of us live in crowded cities. If you're in London, you're on the underground. Probably Euston or King's Cross. And you know what that's like. So many different people. But it is wonderful, after all of that, to practice feng shui. How we arrange certain objects in our room affect the energy meridians within our body. Because what we see out there becomes a reflection of how we feel. Ecotherapy, daily nature, but more so, the big secret I'm getting at is that you can be in a cave and still feel happy. You could be in a meeting, but if you have that harmony within yourself, you stop absorbing other people's energy. More so, you start imprinting your energy on the universe. Your intention on the universe, and that is the greatest secret. And the last powerful tool of part 2 that has helped me along my journey is to let go of the need for external validation. What am I talking of here? Do we need to hear people say, "You did a good job"? Yes, we do. I love it. That's why I respond to you guys. Thank you. Much appreciated. Infinite love and balance. Because everything in this universe works on the law of exchange. I skate every day, and I love when people say, "That was awesome. It makes me feel so good." And I also say it to people back. But at the same time, what I'm realizing more along my journey is that we don't need that external validation. Only support, which is heartfelt. Because many times along so many of our journeys, we are searching for external approval, which is why we start absorbing other people's energy. Because we feel frustrated if we're not getting it. But once you love yourself 100%, once you trust yourself 100%, once you have that confidence 100%, you begin to validate yourself. And that's where I am moving to more and more. I put out a lot of videos, and before you can critique it, guess what? I'm on to the next one. Why? Because I love feedback. At the same time, it's not going to stop my creative process. It's not going to slow down my creative process. I've been doing this for years. And the people that were with me in my early days, I've got nothing but love for you. And the people here now, I've got nothing but love for you. But at the same time, I'm going to continue to express myself the most organic way I know. And that is how to stop absorbing other people's energy. It is staying true to yourself 100%. It is where you can allow your authenticity to flourish and blossom without other people's opinions. Yes, what other people have to say, what others have to say, it does matter. But at the same time, we must become aware of how we react. And once we start to move into that radical action, what I've seen is that when you are just creating, even if people say things that, once again, your perception says is hurtful, you're not even concerned. Why? Because you love what you are doing. The whole universe I've seen is about contrast. Any artist knows that without contrast, you would not have that artwork. Because we are all crayons here. Purple, brown, blue, orange, green, violet. You see? So, contrast is essential. So, once I surrendered to contrast, realizing that you need friction, there are always going to be people who get on our nerves. Unless we start changing our perspective, our perception, and seeing that these people are serving a role in the universe. This 3D dimension is all about duality. We are here basically to learn about duality. That is why within our body, what are we comprised of? Veins and arteries. Arteries taking blood away from the heart, veins taking blood towards the heart. So it's all there. So there you have it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. Maybe next year. Wait, when did I do part 1? Like nearly 2 years ago? Okay, it's coming in the next 2 years. So there you have it. Just remind yourself, connect with those who remind you who you are. I'm so thankful to connect with amazing people every single day, and this helps me to stop absorbing harmful energy and to start absorbing, that's a secret, to start absorbing better energy. We're here, don't wait, live your dream, do it now. I'm already doing it. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.